Every day, billions of people engage with cultures beyond their own, from K-dramas to anime to Hollywood or even Bollywood films, and of course, music from every globalized culture. Social media has allowed us to participate in any form of global trending culture, surpassing any physical barrier from the simple comfort of our devices. Popular cultures have become a very powerful uniting force in today's interconnected and digitalized world. Through entertainment such as music, fashion, film, and online communities as well as fandoms, people from different cultural backgrounds can connect through their shared interests and experiences. With that being said, this connection raises an important question that this documentary intends to get to the bottom of. Does culture truly bring cultures together, or can it also create cultural division? With that, this documentary will explore popular culture as both a bridge and a barrier to this intercultural communication, critically analyzing its influences on cultural understanding, stereotypes, as well as global interaction. In today's globalized world, it serves as a very powerful common ground that can connect people from different cultural backgrounds. Through globalization, cultural products such as music, movies, fashion, and many more, people are getting exposed to all these cultures beyond their own. For instance, K-pop, Japanese anime, Western films, and international social media trends that allow people to experience different cultures from all around the world. And even without the same mother tongue or country, popular culture can very much create a shared interest among people from diverse backgrounds. For example, a Malaysian student and an international student who may be Filipino or Indonesian may have different languages, cultures, and traditions. However, they can still very much bond over social media trends, same music artists, or even movies. And this demonstrates a cultural exchange and reduced social distance, where shared interests help bridge intercultural differences. Our survey here suggests that 65% of people highly agree that popular cultures help people from different cultural backgrounds find common interests. And regardless of race, cultural backgrounds, or language, having a common interest greatly increases the chance of communicating and making friends. Research also suggests that popular culture can serve as a type of currency that helps people communicate across all social and cultural boundaries. According to Sokolova and Sokolov 2020, popular culture is often viewed as a resource that provides common topics for conversations between people who have very little in common. And this research highlights how cultural products can create communications and facilitate interactions across different groups. While studies suggest that popular culture can bring people together, the real question is, how does it affect other people? To explore this further, we spoke with specific individuals and asked about their experiences and opinions with popular culture in intercultural communication.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Sam Doyola and today I will be interviewing our very own Miss Raja. Please give yourself a brief introduction.
Thank you for having me. My name is Raja Razana. I'm a lecturer, currently teaching foundation and also diploma.
Before we start, do I have your consent to record?
Yes.
Okay, and without further ado, let's begin. So the first question.
Okay. Yes, I have experienced that, and I think when a movie, especially, I'm not sure whether you are familiar with the work of P. Ramlee, one of our most prominent figure in the film industry, in Malaysian film industry. I think P. Ramlee is an icon, and that cut across boundaries, I would say nations, because his work was recognized in the Asian Pacific film, I think in 1960 something. And he, not only that, his film was recognized internationally, but most importantly, his films, his work managed to bring together people from different races. And we talk about those people in that generation, in the 50s and the 60s, the Malays, the Chinese, and the Indians could even cite the lines from his movies. That shows that his film transcend through cultures, through races, and also global stage. We talk about the modern times. I think recently I watched the halftime show for, I think, NFL football in the US.
Yeah.
So Bad Bunny, most of his music is in Spanish, but what I saw was people from different continents, different parts of the world came together to watch that just because of one music. Music, I think, transcends cultural boundaries, nations, and even language. So I saw that firsthand, how it brings people together.
Next question.
I think when it comes to the power of the media and how it shapes how we perceived people, how we thread into our lives, those are the kind of things that media has actually shaped us, the way we perceive, for example, when it comes to the thing that has become a trend, cancel culture, that is especially when it comes to media, that is how we talk about the traditional media or even the social media, the powerful tools that help you shape how you perceive someone. For example, I used to follow a person, a very prominent psychologist. His ideas, his views about social lives helped me to navigate through my life. But soon after that, I realized that his views were actually highly based on the popular trend. So whenever there is a popular trend, say for example, people are boycotting certain ideas, so he would jump in, bring his psychological background, although he is a psychologist, but he jumped into that so that people are following him. So I realized that it's not his genuine take on that matter, it's basically because of his trying to gain popularity. So coming back to your question, definitely media has shaped the way that I think, the persona of the person, but soon enough I learned that that is not the reality of the person's personality and even his views.
Moving on, last question.
I think it's both ways, but more heavily on the consumers. One of the example is the BTS ARMY. Okay, I do not know that BTS is a group, a band from Korea, until when the BTS ARMY came together and started to talked about them and then popularized their music. I ended up becoming their fan, and I found that they are positive influence towards the young generations out there. So yes, I do think consumers are the ones who are making this culture become a phenomenon and also setting the stage.
So in a way, it's like the media shapes us.
Yes.
In turn, we also shape the media.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, true.
Yeah. Well, that's all for us. Thank you so much, Ms. Raja, for taking
welcome.
time to answer some questions with us.
Popular culture has become a significant part of our everyday lives. However, these representations are not always accurate. Somehow, popular cultures can spread stereotypes and misunderstandings, which may lead to intercultural communication barriers. One common barrier is the misunderstanding due to the use of internet slang and popular culture references. Terms such as unk, delulu, or viral memes may be very easily misunderstood by some groups. As a result, communication can become very exclusive rather than inclusive. As Stuart Hall, from 1997, explains, media representations influence how people understand social groups, and repeated stereotypes may be accepted as reality. Eventually, all these assumptions can lead to ethnocentrism, where people see their own culture as much more superior than others. Over time, this can cause prejudice and make intercultural communication much more difficult, leading to misunderstandings and much weaker relationships. To promote effective intercultural communication, people should critically evaluate media and learn about cultures through real-life experiences, and not just media. Throughout this documentary, we have seen how popular culture can act as both a bridge and a barrier to intercultural communication. From global entertainment to online communities, it plays a crucial key role in shaping on how people understand and interact with cultures beyond their own. Our survey findings reflect this complexity. Many respondents agreed that popular culture helps them learn about other cultures, build shared interests, and communicate much more easily with people from different backgrounds. However, at the same time, many also agreed that it can also promote stereotyping, spreading misinformation, as well as lead to misunderstandings between these cultures. Ultimately, popular culture should be seen as a tool for intercultural communication. It can bring people together through shared interests and cultural exchange. However, we need to keep in mind that it can also create division when consumed without critical awareness and media literacy. It also requires understanding, reflection, and an open mind to other cultures and perspectives.